It's time to talk about some Hyperfuse editions of the Air Max 90, and we're going to use these shoes as a springboard to talk about bright and colorful Nike Air Maxes. So over here we've got two different pairs of the infrared colorway of the Hyperfuse Air Max 90. Remember, the Air Max 90 originally came out in 1990. It was called the Air Max 3. It was designed by Tinker Hatfield, and the OG colorway was known as infrared. Over here, we've got two updated versions of the Infrared 90. The pair over here is an Infrared Crooked Tongues Barbecue Edition, and the pair over here is an Infrared Premium Sportswear NRG release. At first, the Crooked Tongues edition came out. It was trading for more than $1,000, and then Nike released this pair to the masses, which trades for around $200, and of course the value of the first pair went way down. In front of me over here, I've got two other pairs of Hyperfuse Air Max 90s, and you'll notice right away that they're bright and they're all the same color. Over here is a red pair, which released alongside 4th of July. And when you look closely at the upper of the shoe, you'll see an American flag on there. This shoe was released alongside a white pair and a blue pair, and the theme was red, white, and blue for 4th of July, Independence Day. There was also a pair of red, white, and blue Stefan Janoski's and two really cool Nike Dunk SB lows that were inspired by fireworks, a red pair and a black pair. So Nike really went all out this 4th of July, but the most valuable of all those shoes is the red pair. And it went way up in value when Kanye West was shown sporting them. And, you know, the red Yeezys, the red October never happened, so a lot of hype went around this shoe. And this shoe is on eBay now for anywhere from about $400 to $1,200, which is ridiculous because the shoe came out about 6 months ago. Another all bright, all color Hyperfuse Air Max 90 is this pair over here, which is all Volt. And it's amazing. And this red Air Max 90 and this Volt Air Max 90 sort of can trace their roots to the Air Attack Pack, which came out in 2010, where Nike released this pair of Air Max 2009s and this pair of Air Max 2010s to the world. Come look at these four shoes all together. They're incredible. And ever since the Attack Pack, bright Air Maxes have really been the thing. And this year with the 2014 Flyknit Air Maxes, it's really no exception. A couple big innovations on the Attack Pack, meaning the 2009 and the 2010 pairs, is going to be, of course, the Flywire uppers. If you look at the uppers of the shoe, you'll see that there's little cables in there which hold the shoe together. They keep the shoe very lightweight as well as supportive. And then another big innovation on these shoes is the big Air Max 2009 midsole, which is also on the Air Max 2010. Prior to this midsole and outsole, the premium air in running shoes was the Air Max 360. They did away with a lot of the plastic in the midsole in favor of these pairs, and the Air Max air bubbles to this day really resemble the air bubbles on the 2009 and the 2010 pair. So I'm sort of surprised that Nike did an all red and an all Volt version of the Hyperfuse Air Max 90 and not an infrared version. Imagine if there was an all infrared, which would be like halfway between the red and the yellow. And for that matter, Nike's done a lot of releasing Air Maxes in packs. Recently we got the OG pack, the engineered mesh pack, the Hyperfuse shoes, the premium tape pack. It's really been the Air Max 1, 90, 95, and 97. What I'd love to see Nike do is look at the colors of those shoes. The red and white Air Max 1, the infrared Air Max 90, the cool gray and neon yellow Air Max 95, and of course the metallic silver and red Air Max 97, my all-time favorite shoe. And what if they released those shoes and maybe even a couple other shoes like the Air 180 in Ultramarine or the Classic BW in Persian Violet and take that iconic colorway and spread it among all of the Air Maxes? So take those 6 shoes that I just mentioned, the white and red Air Max 1, and put white and red on the 1, the 90, the 95, the 97, the 180, the BW, and do the same thing with the infrared colorway on those 6 shoes, and do the same thing with all 6 of those colorways. It would be so ridiculous. Nike would launch all of these shoes in these iconic colorways, and people would be going crazy trying to get all of them. I really think that they should do that, and I think they're gonna do that with the craze that's been happening with these really bright Air Maxes all in one color. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed checking out the Hyperfuse editions of the Air Max 90s. Most sneakerheads prefer the OG Air Max 90s to the Hyperfuse, but I hope we've shed light on the craze with the bright and colorful Air Maxes, and I think that these ones are pretty sick.